What's up, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing well. So today I have something special for you guys. I am taking off these mud flaps right here. They're still in fantastic condition. Now, huge shouts out to my sponsor Rokblokz. Thank you, Brooke, for sending me this. This is freaking awesome. And the reason why I'm doing this is because, well, I'm gonna put up a couple pictures, but I installed these in 2017. They're still in fantastic condition. Like, like you don't even understand. These mud flaps are freaking tough. I even had a video a couple weeks ago when I did my air ride suspension. Even the people at AirTech Engineering was like, these things are freaking insane, because they're used to seeing guys with like rally armor and things like that. Now, these things don't flap in the wind. They're very, very, very sturdy. And, you know, I mean, my body is an indication of that, where you don't see any like scratches or anything like that on the side, you know, right behind the mud flap. These things are freaking, they're the GOAT. So, but the reason why I'm doing it is because I want it to look a little more streamlined now. The reason why I've had green ever since, like, you know, green accent, things like that, because I named the car the Hulk, and I increased the power from stock to 450 at the wheels, and now I'm at 800 at the wheels. So the mud flaps are gonna help match and accent my engine bay. So everything in there is pretty much red and black. So that is the reason why they sent me these. So it's gonna look like a pretty much type, almost like a murdered out type car, where it's like all black, you know what I mean, with a couple red accents, you know, here and there, and maybe one or two greens. But I did this before, but this was back in 2017, and this is before I got on YouTube. So I'm just gonna run through a quick install with you guys today. Guys, I'm gonna put a link up on the side. They have a pretty nice video as well. So, but they're doing it with the car on a lift. Most guys don't have that access, so you're gonna have to either jack this up. Now, if you have stock wheels, you might be able to get away with this. See how I cut my wheel all the way over here, where you can get this screw out over here? That might help you if you have stock wheels. These wheels are a little bit wider. So these are 19 by 9.5. I think the original is 19 by 8 or 19 by 8.5. So with a smaller wheelbase, you'll have some more leeway down here. You know what I'm saying? Now, the backs, you're definitely gonna have to take off. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The backs, you're definitely gonna have to take off. So guys, in the box, you have your front and rear mud flaps, and they actually separated your hardware for you. I think back in the day, it was not like this, but the fronts are separated, and these are all the hardware right here for the backs. Now, in addition to me putting the link up, in case you guys missed it, you guys could scan this with your phone. This will take you right to the install video on YouTube, and they even have PDF, a QR code for PDF mounting instructions as well, in case you guys, you know, are not YouTube savvy or whatever the case might be. But I will tell you, man, these flaps are no freaking joke. Look, I even have them on my big boy Bruce over here. These things are nice. They're freaking fantastic. They're no joke. So you want the best to protect your car, especially guys who really take this shit rallying and stuff. I don't, but I know, you know what I mean, rock chips and stuff from the road can do damage to your freaking paint. So that's the reason why. Guys, heads up, possible tools that you might need. Maybe a light, Philip said, flathead for the clips, or maybe a pry tool. A level, definitely you're gonna need that. You're gonna see me using that later on to make sure my flaps are not crooked, okay? Some pliers or channel locks, and a driver. Also maybe a soft mallet, but definitely a driver instead of a drill. Why? I don't know if some of you know how a driver works, but a drill is constantly adding torque, so there's a possibility you can damage your nylon clips. You don't want to do that. The driver, once it reaches that point of tightness or impact, it's going to start oscillating. You're going to hear it go back and forth, and you'll know when to stop, okay? All right, guys, so you saw from the time lapse that I took off the old mud flap. Now, let's say this is stock, right? And you're gonna see, once you cut your wheel like this, now guys, I'm doing this by cutting my wheel. I remember when I did this, I took all the wheels off, but I'm hoping that I can get this done without taking the fronts off. It's gonna save me a lot of time because I know I have to take off the backs. But anyway, so you see this piece of hardware here, this is rusted, and pretend this wasn't here. What you're gonna see is one pop clip, 2, 3 stock ones, and under here, where that screwdriver is connected to, there should be a clip under there. Take a flathead, just pop him out real quick. Now, once you pop him out, you'll be able to pull the fender liner back. Now, once you pull it back, this is pretty malleable, so don't worry, it's not gonna break or anything. Once you put it back, you're gonna see these holes over here. I'll show you. You're gonna see these holes. Now, these clips that are here, they're these right here. These clips right here, these long screws get threaded into them. These bad boys right here, okay? Now, what I'm gonna do is, I could actually leave these are in pretty good condition, or I can just replace them, it doesn't matter. Now, this one down here, this L bracket, this is what you're looking at right here. This L bracket and this clip, this threaded clip that goes on top of it, as you see over here, this is a little bit rusted because, you know, over the years, think about it, it's 5 years. So, you know, I mean, it's been 5 years already. It's a little bit rusted. Now, once you pull this back, see the head of the screw in there, all the way to the bottom. Yep, there it is. Now, once I take that out, the L bracket doesn't go to the bottom, it goes underneath the liner right here, and it gets screwed in from the bottom, and that holds this part of the mud flap right here. Okay, it holds the innermost side, so it's braced really, really well. That's why I'm telling you, these flaps, once you do this right, it's pretty strong. Okay, so I'm gonna unscrew this real quick, just replace the hardware and swap everything out real quick. All right, so I took out that L bracket. I just wanted to show you something. Just need my light real quick. Now, you could pull back the liner and look. See the bracket over there? So the hole, this hole over here, it slides in between the plastic right here, the body, it slides in between that. So the screw goes, it holds this plastic piece against, it holds the liner and the mud flap against the body. So it's pretty damn strong. So what I'm gonna do is, that clip looks like it's in a actually pretty good condition because it's really hard to get wet in there. It's the L bracket that takes a freaking beating. Look at that thing, it's pretty rusted. Not necessarily the bracket, but that bronze or gold looking piece. So now guys, once you keep doing this, take your hardware, separate them, put them on the side, and you take new hardware and you put it in. All right, so I'm gonna time lapse the rest of this right now. I just wanted to show you the inside to see how it looks, so you get an idea what's going on. All right guys, so I just screwed in the new L bracket. I actually hit record just now. I don't know what the hell happened. So I screwed in the new L bracket. You don't have to tighten it down to the max yet, just leave it a little bit loose. And I replaced these nylon clips in here, these threaded clips. I replaced them with new ones, so the old ones are back here. And I'm gonna time lapse me just screwing in the mud flap now. Okay, oh, by the way, the screw to the bottom of this, it's one of these 1-inch screws, and you put a washer on it. Okay, so the washer, you're gonna see 2 washers in the front hardware set. That is for the bottom screw. Okay, also they give these spacers. These spacers, there's only 2 of them and for the fronts. So the spacer is going behind this bottom hole over here because it's a little bit more indented than this surface right here. So to give this spacer to fill that gap, so you put the spacer behind the flap like this, run the screw through, and you put that one in first. Guys, another side note, added to the spacer, the longest screw, it's like 1 1/4 inch, 1.5 inch screw, that is the one that goes to the bottom flap. Okay, because it has the furthest depth to travel due to the spacer. You get what I'm saying? Guys, that was nice, quick, and super easy. As I said, this stuff is not really that hard, so you know what I mean, food for thought, but it looks really, really good. I know my brightness is a little high right now, but this green, the inside, this is the portion that you really couldn't see, but you know, I mean, it's pretty beaten up and it's kind of hard to take off. You know, I mean, you would have to literally take the flaps off to scrub all this shit out. So the black is gonna help camouflage a lot of tar and road grime. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna lie, man, this shit looks pretty fly. It looks pretty nice. It looks really nice and seamless, so I like it. I like it. So now what you're gonna see, I'm gonna do the next side real quick, and then we're gonna head to the back. All right, guys, so the rear wheel is off. It's getting a little bit hot, so just bear with me. So if you notice where these plugs are, these inserts, now where these are, there are stock inserts, and you would just take your flathead, take them out, or a pry tool, take them out, okay? And once you take them out, one of these nylon ones, they go right here, okay? One of these, okay? You tap it in there gently. Now, it's very, very snug. You might have to just use a little tool and shave it down or anything like that. When I did mine didn't give any problems because it's snug for a reason. Because once you start running a screw in there, it's gonna fill up the space and be really, really tight, which is good, which is, you want that. Now, on the time lapse, when I was taking the old mud flap off, this one here fell out from the bottom. And the reason why it fell out, there's also a pop clip to the bottom over here. If you follow my finger, give me one sec. There's another pop clip to the bottom right here. When you take that out, see this plastic insert right here? You pop that in. Now there's a plastic insert already under there. Let me show you what I mean. But the problem is, the plastic insert is in there, but the problem is this piece of my diffuser. This piece of my diffuser is covering it, and what happened was I couldn't drill a hole, but now, see it right here? The hole for the diffuser is not where the plastic insert is. The plastic insert is over here, if you notice it. See it right there? That's the plastic insert right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run a hole through my diffuser so I could use this piece right here. Now, honestly, when these go in, when these are screwed in, I really don't need it because I've been running these mud flaps without the bottom this whole time, and it's been good. You get what I'm saying? So all in all, I really don't need to do it. You get what I'm saying? But I'm gonna do it anyway. So, okay, so I just drilled a hole in the diffuser and I pulled out the old clip because obviously the drill went through it and kind of slightly jacked it up. So watch this. Gotta put that one here. There we go. And I use the diffuser to press that bad boy in. All right, guys, so now since I pushed that clip in, the L bracket is gonna slide right here in between my diffuser and the clip, and it's gonna sit like that, if you get what I'm saying. Now, you can also bend this L bracket so it's less than 90 degrees, so the fit is a little bit better, okay? So just keep all these things in mind, guys. Keep all these things in mind, okay? So pretty much, this is how it's gonna be. Snug. Now that shit is snug right there. It's It's perfect. So now the diffuser is strengthened and the bottom of the mud flap is gonna be strengthened as well. But there's a will, there's a way, man. So now guys, since the hardware is still good, I am going to reuse them to make things quick. And my landscaper just got here, so he's gonna be making a lot of damn noise. So what I'm gonna be doing, you're gonna see me time-lapsing, just putting the new mud flap on, and I'm gonna head to the other side. All right guys, while I was time-lapsing, it was only recording a couple of these, but look at that bad boy. It's perfect. And it's easy, you know what I mean? All you guys gotta worry about doing once you take the wheel off, you just gotta take the stock pop clips out and you gotta put the inserts in, and that's it. Mine was still good in the back, so I didn't have to replace anything, which is awesome, except for that bottom plastic insert. And this is the bottom, let me see if you could see it right there. Put that bad boy in. So now that diffuser is like super snug, the mud flap is super snug, and we're straight. So guys, what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna do the other side real quick. It's getting mad hot. So I'm just gonna put the tie back on, do the other side, and I'll show you the finished product. All right guys, so I'm back. It's late in the evening. I just washed this bad boy up because obviously you guys saw I got baked out in the sun today because of my damn landscaper coming late. But just finished washing this bad boy up. I got a nice big show tomorrow, but I want to show you. Look how sick this looks, man. Really, 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 really clean look. Like super clean. Super clean. I really dig it. Really dig it. I really like it. It's like like just black on black on black. Super clean. I like it a lot. Like it a lot. As I show you guys, I try to keep the install a little bit short and brief. Even though I didn't have a lift or anything like that, I just use a jack, but you work with what you got. But it can be done. It's easy. And I actually showed you guys you could actually do it to the front without taking the wheels off. Yep, you just gotta, you know, lock the wheels. If you got super wide aftermarket wheels, I doubt it'll be able to be done. But I just, you know what I mean, I pretty much got away with the fronts. So that's really it, guys. Definitely like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Brooke, thank you so much for sending this out to me. You guys are a freaking awesome sponsor. You know, I mean, you guys sent me the stuff for my truck as well. The stuff is fantastic. And obviously, I didn't go back to these guys because they're my sponsor. I went back because they make the best stuff. This stuff is freaking sturdy. Like really sturdy. Doesn't flap around in the breeze. And that's the quality you definitely want. So anyway, guys, once again, like, subscribe, comment. Check out Rokblokz on Instagram. I'll drop their links below. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take it easy.